Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review, and today we are taking a look at from Transformers Earthrise. This is the Quintesson Allicon. For those of you not familiar, the Allicon really made its only appearance, I think, in the Transformers animated movie way back in 1986. They were the bailiffs to the Quintesson judges. If you remember that scene where Hot Rod and Cup crashed on Quintessa and all that stuff. But yeah, I got this figure from Amazon.com. I do believe they are shipping out from Target.com. I know they are starting to pop up at retail locations. So if you are interested, definitely there are options for you to get them. And I got to say, this is a great little figure. Now, this is a deluxe class figure, but size-wise, it's on the smaller end of the spectrum. Really, if you remember Cliff Jumper, it's about that size. Now, the figure does come with a couple accessories. Right here, you see he has its little guard spear, which holds very nicely. This back section, the gray all the way down, the tail, that comes detached in the packaging. And actually, it's kind of funny. It basically fills out the space for the deluxe box size. But all the way here at the tip, we do have a little bonus thing of a little bit of a Allicon shank. Now, unfortunately, on my figure, I put this in the hand and it's kind of loose. It doesn't fit in all the way. And part of the problem there is how it's designed compared to the hand. The hand has that raised forearm and thumb that doesn't allow it to peg in all the way. Right now, it's not too bad, but I'll be honest with you, I really don't see myself using it that much. And it just basically slides back in here and pegs into place. It doesn't, there is going to be a little bit of a gap, so you have a little bit of a play there with the tail, but I think that's just the nature of the beast. For articulation, as you can see, great movement here in the feet. You do have some double jointing there in the knees, forward and back, but you also have this foot play, which I think is more for the alligator, robo-gator mode, and of course the War for Cybertron ankle tilt. One thing that I find, again, very funny is the shoulder pads are connected to the arms. This is something, if you collect Marvel Legends, they've started doing with some figures, like some of the Iron Man figures. But it does have some lateral movement. It is sort of limited by the combat port, which is all, there's the combat ports and the little blast effect ports all over the guy. Let's come and take a look at the head here. Not bad. It's very accurate. It is on a ball joint, but the way it's kind of designed, you're really going to have it like looking up and forward instead of just straight ahead. I mean, if straighten out the legs here, I mean, forward is kind of okay. I mean, but really you're going to have this guy posed like hunched and aggressive looking and stuff like that. So that's about it for the intro. Let's pause and get into the transformation. Okay, so to do the transformation, before we begin, just one quick thing is I want to show is that there is a slot here on the spear, and if you come around the back on this alligator tail, there is weapon storage. Now, I've never really seen the Allicon not holding a spear, so it is an option. But for transformation, we're just going to put that off to the side. And start the transformation, what you want to do is bring the arms forward like this, and then you're going to rotate them back slightly. Right there on the side is a slot that the forearm is going to peg into. And it's just one of these things where you got to get everything lined up just so that it will slide in just like that. And it is a little bit of a trick because the tab doesn't actually go as long. The opening is not as long as the slot for the tab. So once you have that done, come forward, bring up the little waist guard there and rotate the legs around. Kind of might be going out a little bit out of order, but that's okay. Now what you want to do is actually fold this up all the way so it folds flush underneath the torso. Now we can come around to the back. Now, as I mentioned, this does come detached in the packaging. It does peg in to the alligator head right there. And really what it is, it's on a mushroom cap that you just want to push on and make sure it snaps into place. I'm sure it's easily removable. I hope it's easily removable for storage and what have you, but go ahead, rotate that all the way around. Now, the instructions show this being all in separate steps, but I have to tell you it's really one step because the head is on a panel that's connected to the alligator head, so it's all going to move at the same time. And I almost forgot, you want to rotate the robot fists down like that. So what you're going to do is grab the alligator head, bring it forward, up and over. You're going to push the robot head down at the same time, and that in turn will, there's two little tabs here on the side that will fit into the chest. And in doing so, you'll also open up the alligator head a little. It is articulated, you know, just like that. So we're almost about done. The next step is positioning the legs. You want to bring them forward like that. Bend them at the knee. Same thing on this side. I mean, that's really, you know, adjust to taste. And of course, come around and fold the little, like, alligator arms around. And really, it's position the feet, position the legs, however, to get it standing. Come on in. The smaller arms can, of course, hold the spear, as we saw that the Allicons were guarding in either this hybrid walking gator mode or in their robot mode. But we've finished the transformation. Let's open up the mouth a little. And I gotta say, this is a cool looking figure. You still have most of the articulation here on the hips and in the legs. The tail now is actually helping quite nicely with balance, so you can have some fun there. Unfortunately, the head is kind of fixed, except for, you know, being able to open and close. But that's, you know, expected. And then the arms here are a little bit of a soft rubbery plastic. And because of that, they're really only on a swivel. Now, I should also mention there is like a natural stop for when going back into robot mode, so that is nice. But yeah, this is a really fun figure, kind of cool. I know some people are going to complain a little due to the size and the price point being around $20, and it's only a little bit taller than what a traditional Scout class, or if you're fans of Cyberverse, the old Cyberverse, the Commander class was. But there's a lot going on here, and I think it kind of works. And let's be honest, it's almost, next year is going to be the 35th anniversary of Transformers the movie, and in one way, we're getting a Quintesson Judge and an Allicon Bailiff. I mean, all we had back in the day was Gnaw for the Sharkticons, and if I'm going to be honest, I think the Allicons were a bit more important than the Sharkticons. So let me pause, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. I had to bring in the Quintesson Judge just with its bailiff because I think this is a really cool look. And like I said, you know, it's going to be 35 years since the Transformers the movie, and we're finally getting two of the characters and characters that really left a mark on the movie and were, at the time, one of the few high points. You know, unfortunately, when it was first released, Transformers the movie wasn't that well accepted, especially in the fandom, due to, you know, all the killing and stuff. But this is kind of cool. And if you think this is really cool, as it's pretty much been leaked out to the internet, one of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, had there been one, was going to be the Quintesson Pit of Judgment, which is going to feature another judge, a repainted Allicon with a new robot mode head. Something's going on there. And a regular Quintesson, like a scientist, much smaller, a figurine, and a figurine of Kranix, one of the lone survivors from the planet that Unicron destroys at the beginning of the film. And there's a nice little cardboard diorama. So you get that. I mean, you're going to have a nice little set going. And I know a lot of people are looking to troop build Alicons because let's be honest, it's one of the few times we've gotten real troop builders in this line. And I just like to say, if you're going to troop build, try to order from online retailers. It really doesn't help when you go into a store and you buy 5 of a figure and it doesn't lead, other collectors get discouraged, might leave the hobby, and it just leaves a bad taste. So yeah, I mean, wait a little bit. Who knows? These might even go on sale. As it was, I had this pre-ordered on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure that the price actually dropped by 10 or 15 cents, maybe even $1. So that's some savings then there. So patience is always a virtue. As I mentioned, I got this figure, the Allicon, off of Amazon. I actually got both of these off of Amazon, and both are actually showing up in retail now. Target.com is shipping this wave, but I don't know if they're shipping these figures just yet, but they will probably be soon, and they are showing up in retail. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I mean, I appreciate the views, but the liking, the commenting, the subscribing, that actually helps with the algorithms and getting my videos out to more people. If you really like and want help, there's a link in the description and a card somewhere here, towards here on the end, that was for my Patreon account. All I ask for is $1 a month. No tiers, no thrill, no rewards. All you're doing is helping me bring content like this to you. So, for you, this is your old pal Chuck, for the Allicon, and what the heck, for the Quintesson yet again. We will see you next time.